What is going on, everybody? My name is Conor Lawler. Welcome back to another week of Movie Mondays. This is the Heroes for Hire podcast. We are back again talking all the week's movie news, entertainment news, and just generally having a bit of a chit-chat about everything to do with film. As always, I am joined by my partner in crime, Mr. Shaun Meehan. Shaun, how's it going?
I'm good, Conor. I'd like to apologise in advance because Ireland had a big rain just now. And I live on a busy road and it makes all the cars much louder. I'm going to filter it out as best I can, but if you hear a car going past, just know I can do nothing about it.
This Monday is known as the day of the big rain.
The big rain, yeah. There was the big flood. That was when Noah and all the lads
Noah
got
was involved in that, but I feel like Ireland should have also been involved in that.
I think it was underwater at the time, though, so it might have been difficult to get involved in it.
So, Shaun, this is Movie Mondays, and it's a pretty big week, as it's kind of our birthday week.
It is.
Over on the Patreon, we are celebrating 4 years. It's our 4-year anniversary this week.
Jesus Christ.
And to celebrate, this Saturday, I should say, we're having a Patreon hangout for all of our patrons and some special guest listeners. If you really want to get involved and get an invite, you're going to have to send us a DM for specifically reasons. You got to fill out a survey. We got to check your background, check your family history, what your mother's maiden name.
You got to check the police, make sure you're okay. You know, it's a whole process. You understand, of course.
What's the name of your first pet? All that kind of stuff. Your bank details.
Just like DC or Marvel, and you're hovering over a big red button that like drops the floor, and it's a big kit of spikes.
So for 90 minutes, we're going on a 1:30 to 3 o'clock, and it's basically just a hangout. So you can just join us. Just have a chat with us. Don't know what we're going to chat about because we're idiots. But
we haven't thought that far ahead in our lives, listeners.
Ultimately, I don't know what we're going to chat about today.
No, you put the show together, though. That's worrying.
I'm just going to wing it. Shaun, so Movie Mondays, it's the 4-year anniversary Movie Mondays. Indeed, and there's only one place to start, and that is with everyone's favourite crazy person, Tom Cruise.
There was a couple of ways that could have gone. I was fully expecting Jared Leto news to make a return.
You know what? I've kind of avoided any Jared news recently just because I'm done. I'm done with him.
You've written that man off. That's absolutely fine.
I had written him off before, but it was in a funny way. And now I've written him off in a I don't want anything to do with you, Jared way.
I don't want to publicise this man anymore. That's fine. What's Timothy Cruise ship been up to, though?
Well, I don't know if you heard, John, but Tom Cruise, he's known for doing a few stunts. And I think it was a few months back, we covered the fact that at Universal, they've launched their next big idea for Tom Cruise, and that is to send him to space to shoot a movie.
Yeah, they were going to do a Mission Impossible movie where he goes to space, I think, was it?
I don't know if it was Mission Impossible, like, in the name, but I think it might have just been its own property, but they were going to send the man to space.
Yeah, is that the selling point of the whole movie? Like, plot and story and everything doesn't come into it. It's the film where Tom Cruise goes to space.
Because if anyone has seen any of the Mission Impossible behind the scenes, he's hung himself out of a plane, went blind for 3 days, he flies his own jet pilots, or his own jets. I mean, it's a whole thing, right? The man hasn't seen a stunt he doesn't want to do and break all of his bones doing. So now he's gone, he's leaving Earth. But the Universal boss has given an update on Tom Cruise's space shot movie, Shaun.
Okay, and is it still going ahead?
Still locked in. And not only is it locked in, Tom Cruise, this is the quote, Shaun, is taking us to space. He's taking the world to space. It's a bit promo-y. We're going to skip that. Okay. That's the plan. We have a great project in development with Tom that does contemplate him doing just that. Doing a spacewalk.
Okay, but what's the movie about, though? I don't give a shit about Tom Cruise or what he does.
Taking a rocket up to the space station and shooting and hopefully being the first civilian ever to do a spacewalk outside of the space station.
Do you know what this is? Do you know what this movie is? This movie is Taxi Driver Conversation movie. Where you be like, and look, it's a ballsy move to say to a taxi driver, oh, have you watched any good films recently? But it'll be, oh, I saw that one with Tom Cruise. Do you know they put him in space for real? Go away, did they? He's mad, isn't he?
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah, and he's into all the other stuff as well, you know. And it just fills 5 minutes of a taxi drive. That's all this movie is. I can't express how you shouldn't make a movie based off the idea, so, look, let's put a man in space.
I mean, he's tried to kill himself in so many different ways, and I think this is a pretty big update that we now know not only is he going to space to float around a bit, he's contemplating doing the first ever civilian spacewalk on the side of the space station to film the movie.
It's stretching the definition of civilian, though, isn't it? When it's Tom Cruise more money
I
than
suppose,
God,
yeah. Tom Cruise, Lizard Man. Is he human? Is he not? What's behind the eyes?
Yeah. Like, it's going to be, like... but also, you know the way Tom Cruise is dead behind the eyes in interviews? Like, he just says the phrases and he says the sentences that he's expected to say, right?
Yeah.
Can you imagine, imagine if you will, the majesty of you are the first non-astronaut to do a spacewalk, right?
Oh, fuck.
And you get to take that in just as a person, not even as an actor, as a thespian, whatever. You take that in just as a person, right? And then, for the next 6 to 8 months, you have to do promos for this movie where every reporter wants to know, what is it like to be in space?
What was your workout regime for the spacewalk, Tom?
What kind of training went into that? And just, I want to chart, if someone can do this and chart every interview chronologically and just see, he will have the same expression. He will have the same phrasing.
Has anyone ever seen, well, not has anyone ever seen, but The Boys Season 3 opens with Homelander doing the big media press tour and he has the same answers. I want one of them of like all
get the
together.
Music behind him and everything, like the violins going.
Also, how quickly is Tom going to kill the cameraman if, for example, the cameraman is the first person to walk on the side of the space station as the camera goes out first?
See, here's the thing is that like there's very strict rules around like you know,
not in space, Shaun.
Camera operator.
There's no rules in space.
Actually, it's technically international waters, all right.
It's the most international waters in that it's not water or international.
But the insurance required to get even a skeleton crew up into space.
Yeah.
And the amount of, like, the weight of that equipment as well. Why are we doing this? No, sorry, there's no reason to do this.
It's literally
it just clicked in my head.
Cruise. It's so Tom Cruise can kill himself. But
just cut him loose and let him float off. That's all he wants to do.
I think that's all he wants in the world. He's outgrown this planet and now he's moving on to pastures anew.
Why? We've made space movies. We did it in the 80s. They were grand. Why are you putting them in space now? It's a colossal waste of time and just fucking rocket fuel at this point.
How much money will this movie have to make to break even is my question.
There's no way this movie could make a profit. Unless they somehow, NASA works for exposure or some shit. And they're just like, we'll put you in a Tom Cruise film. That'll be good for NASA's brand, won't it?
Now, I must admit, Shaun, that it is not NASA sending him up.
Is it SpaceX? If it's SpaceX...
It's SpaceX.
Fuck no. Okay? I'm not having this.
I knew you were going to turn on it.
Down. No. Just, we're just allowing this man to, to do whatever they want.
Let's just take this into account, right? So you take in Tom Cruise's contract. He's probably getting paid about $50 million to do this. Yeah. Insurance and getting all that fucking equipment that can float and getting a whole crew, you're looking at another 20 mil. Easy. You get insured to go to space. Might be. Don't know what the payouts are on space travel. But it's not like international travel, but like you can't really just get a card for health insurance. What else you got? So you gotta build and fire the spaceship into space. And then also have all of the crew up there with all the necessary fuel and food and stuff that they need to live.
Connor,
to
you're
shoot
thinking
the movie.
You've already gone to launch day, right? We have to train. Have you seen Armageddon, where they train blue collar workers into being astronauts?
Gotta train cameramen.
We've got to train cameramen, grip, DP, director. All of these people need to be present if you're going to space to shoot
grip
a film.
In the machine, get them a few G-forces.
Because what's the fucking lag between Earth and space as well? Like if you're trying to direct something.
The director doesn't go up. Just down. It's Christopher McQuarrie. Absolutely. And he's just down on Earth in his own house and he's like, little bit to the left.
This is one instance, right, where it doesn't make sense to do it on location because the location is space.
But it's just to send them up there. The idea is also very similar to, it's in one of the Mission Impossibles when they have that scene where the plane drops and all the gravity goes out of the plane.
Oh, yeah.
And they spent weeks shooting that, and in the movie it's about 25 seconds.
Yeah.
And you could have done it in a studio and it wouldn't have made any difference. But they put all these poor people through like 6 weeks of training to do it.
There's only one group of people that I will allow to do that, and it's OK Go, because that music video where they're in that very same plane is class. But if OK Go announced they were going to space, I'd also be fine with that. But it's the fact that it's like two of the richest men in the world just being like, this would be cool for a film.
Look, I'm thinking this is going to cost about $1 billion all told to make. So including promotion
cost,
like how much does an average spaceship cost? I don't know. I haven't been looking at the market these days, Sean, but I'm looking at maybe 300 million easy
before like the rest of the film is made,
before anything is done,
because the spacewalk presumably is going to be like a few minutes of the entire piece, like if that. Like, I
like the idea that the rest of the movie is just him floating around, just bored, and then he goes for one spacewalk.
Also, what if he just fucking dies? Right? Now, look, I don't hope it happens or anything like that. But what if we come on to Movie Mondays one day and it's just then the main news story of the week is Tom Cruise floated away in space and no one could catch him.
Away. He didn't even die. Like the thing didn't blow up. He just floated away and everyone's like, Tom!
They forgot to tie the other end of the rope to him. And then they were just like, well, he's gone now. And then the whole movie is scrapped anyway. Granted, a man is also dead, but also you've lost a lot of investment in the film.
You know what, though? He went the way he was destined to go. I think Tom wouldn't want it any other way. Like,
but like you wouldn't like it. Oh man, the idea, like, because he'd have like 10 minutes of oxygen or whatever, and he'd just have to come to terms with it.
I guarantee he'd survive, land on Mars, and then repopulate Mars, and just be like, I'm going to shoot a movie here with my own camera.
If we shot a load, okay, this is completely off top. This is weird news, Sean talking.
Yeah. Go on.
If we shot a load of seeds at Mars and just let it blow up with a load of like fertilizer and compost and shit, do you think that would like make any effect on Mars? Like, would it help? Would it help us with our Mars thing? Because we're not great at landing on Mars.
I'm putting the stop to movie news. Putting the stop to movie news for 2 seconds. Your plan is we get like, I don't know, a rocket full of seeds.
Yeah.
And
seeds,
fire
fertilizer, compost, like mulch if you want some
mulch,
soil.
Mulch, of course. Maybe a little bit of water.
Like a lot of it. It'll be heavy, but like crash that into Mars.
Crash it into Mars.
Give it a couple of generations, and then you've got a little ecosystem that has adapted to live on Mars. Has no one thought of this?
Are you thinking of the movie The Martian?
Kind of, but that involved the tragic, abandonment
that
of one crew
Matt
member
Damon
upon
buying
Mars.
a zoo.
That was contingent on them being able to put people on Mars, which we haven't done yet. But I think if we build or explode an ecosystem into existence, then we can go to Mars. I'm done with that now. We can get back to movie news. Maybe that's the route we could go down, is all I'm saying.
I love the idea that like NASA sitting around and you just walk in, just like stroll in, just put your files on the table. We blow up a ship full of mulch. I rest my case.
Put a rocket on the back of a garden centre and crash it into the sun.
Maybe a little swing set on the back as well, just in case.
I just think it'd help is all. I'm not saying it's the answer.
NASA, get onto this, man. He clearly has ideas you haven't thought of yet. Sean, we're moving on to our next bit of news, and this is something that was all over the news this week that I could not get away from. Dwayne Johnson, Black Adam.
Yeah.
I will never say The Rock does not work. No matter how hard you work, The Rock works hard.
Oh, the man hustles. The man does hustle.
He is hustling his little fucking heart out, or probably big heart, to get this movie off the ground. As Black Adam's been met with pretty good critical reviews, as far as I know. It's coming out on the 25th of this month.
Of October?
Yes.
Jesus.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's quite soon. But Dwayne has been doing one very particular thing, and that is heavily hyping Henry Cavill's Superman, going big, going hard at it. And it's basically, without saying it, Black Adam, it's October 21st, not October 25th.
That's 4 days from now, in fact. I can't do maths.
But Dwayne Johnson addresses rumours that he will be the DCEU's Kevin Feige. Because apparently he came out and said that the old Warner Brothers regime didn't want to bring Henry Cavill back as Superman until he convinced them to bring Henry Cavill back as Superman. So then the follow-up question was, why don't you be DCEU's Kevin Feige?
I mean, the man, he is charismatic. He does get the job done. I would wait to see Black Adam before I sign him up for the role. And like, we don't usually talk about leaks and spoilers on the show, but the Henry Cavill thing, are we going to talk about it?
Oh, you can bring it up. Go on.
I'm just like, it's the worst kept. It's the new
secret,
Andrew Garfield in Spider-Man. Basically.
I mean, every single person in the cast has talked about it, and they're all like, wouldn't it be cool if Henry Cavill came back? Wouldn't that make this movie amazing? I guess it would. The
Rock doesn't, like, these days, he won't really talk about his losses in terms of a film. He'll still be like, we're the number one film in Venezuela. Like, he'll focus on the wins. So the fact that he's saying, like, no, I fought to get Henry Cavill in. Yeah, I mean,
The Rock's not coming out going, I fought to get Henry Cavill in this movie, and he doesn't show up.
And there's, I don't seek these things out either. But it's even from Marvel, footage leaks as well. Like, so I'm sure it's out there around if it is a thing that happened. The Rock being Kevin Feige, by the way, do you think he has the because Kevin Feige's thing largely is overseeing the entire arc of the story? Do you think The Rock is the man for the job on that one?
I just love the idea that the DC world is so fucked that The Rock came in and was like, shouldn't we bring back Superman? And everyone's like, get that guy in fucking charge. He seems to know what he's talking about. Wait, you're saying bring back Superman in the DC universe? Oh, fuck. Oh, lads.
Okay. This would be like, this would be like Tom Hardy fighting to get Spider-Man into the Sonyverse.
Like, it doesn't make any sense that he came up with one idea that was very obvious, and now it's immediately like, you're the next Kevin Feige, aren't you?
You're the
and he's now had to come out and be like, that's a great question, but like, it's also important that we make a good movie. And so he's like, I don't want to be Kevin Feige. I just want to make sure that the superhero genre is good, and that we're in the DC world, and I was trying to make it as good as I could make it. Was his idea.
That's fair. And that's noble for an actor to like want to do that for the property that they're in, not just take the paycheck, to actually care about it. But like those decisions, that needs to be a company-wide thing of let's do everything we can to make these the best. Not like let's play it safe and let's have it made by an algorithm.
You know what? His answer was very The Rock, is what I would say, because I have the full quote here. It's, you're very kind to ask that question. Always answer with that. Good one, The Rock.
Nice.
He mind fucks you. He's so nice and charismatic.
He's smiling the whole time he's saying it. I guarantee you.
I think the best position that I could be for DC is one as an advisor, where I can help, and I can help greatly. I love DC into my blood as a little boy. I grew up loving the Super Friends, specifically Superman. I saw my first Black Adam comic book, and it was arresting to me. His face was intense. He looked cool. He looked different. He looked badass. And he had brown skin. So automatically, I was relating to him. So I'm DC true and true, and I'd love to grow the DC universe if I can help in any way, is what he said.
That's huge for someone like The Rock to be like, I'm a DC guy. I'm DC all the way.
Where was he 5 years ago? Because he could have really helped.
Yeah. He really should have. Yeah. They should have just made Black Adam sooner, really.
Like, if they made Black Adam before they made Shazam, I think Shazam is better because Black Adam came first and like set the scene in a weird way.
Weirdly, I think if Batman vs Superman and the first Suicide Squad hadn't come out, DC would be a lot more solid than they are now. You know, and we just got everything since. But I like The Rock. The Rock is charismatic enough to make me watch Black Adam. Also, that second trailer was a lot better, so I'll probably watch it now.
Yeah.
But I don't think Black Adam itself is enough to save the entire DC.
Oh, like,
universe.
I'm talking so hard. He's going so hard in terms of interviews that he was like, I'm fully expecting a Black Adam Superman movie. Black Adam versus Superman. That's the movie I want to make. That's what he's saying in the media. Like, he's coming out and saying that, and he's not saying that if wink, wink, nudge, nudge, nothing's in the movie. Because, like, he's like, we're fully working towards that.
But, I think if Superman shows up in Black Adam, I think that makes Black Adam a worse movie at this point. And I love Henry Cavill as Superman. I think he's perfect. I love that man to death. He can do whatever he wants. But Superman has been so inconsistent in the universe that I just think it's going to add more confusion and draw the spotlight away from however good of a movie Black Adam might be. I
hope it is good. I hope it's pretty decent.
I don't want it to fail at all. I want it to be a good movie.
What was interesting was I was like, how is this going to work? Even if The Rock's charisma, how are they going to pull this off? And then the last trailer, as you said, was so good. I was kind of like, fuck it, you know what? They might actually pull this off. It looks pretty good.
Honestly, like, even from that trailer, if they announced like a Justice Society movie, I would be fully down to watch that.
It's just, and like, you've got Pierce Brosnan as Dr. Fate, like, just fucking killing it.
Yeah,
just in that trailer, I was like, oh, he's a perfect Dr. Fate. That's really cool.
Yeah, and he seems to be really into the character as well. I was reading an interview and he was like, yeah, the Dr. Fate powers are cool, but it's a curse as well. Like, he's not really himself anymore. It's like, he was like, he really seemed to get to grips with like, you covered him in Hero Zero a while back. Yeah. And like, maybe Pierce listens, who knows, but
he's Irish, he has to.
Look, Pierce, it's a nice succinct way of learning about a character is all I'm trying to tell you.
He tuned in. I gotta know more.
Gotta do a deep dive here.
Better to go to these Irish idiots. I just wanted to give The Rock a shout out. He's going hard. You gotta respect the man. He's hustling. I hope the movie does well. And I'm assuming Henry Cavill, maybe his chest will be in it, his back. If they get Henry Cavill's face, fair fucks. He'll probably be in it for like 30 seconds. What can you do?
Oh, I think if he's in it, it's a post-credit. That's what I'm expecting.
But yeah, hopefully it's good. So moving on to our next piece of news, we've got some pretty big news that Ed Ball, one of the patrons, sent into our Facebook group, Shaun.
Thank you very much, Ed.
Shout out to Ed. So that's the Facebook group. If you don't use it, Detective Divilman's discussion group. It's on Facebook. It's got all the listeners. People are very nice. They send us news because sometimes we miss it and we're dumb. I say we, it's me.
Whoa. Oh, there we go. Happy now.
You're like, yes. That is the Naked Gun reboot is moving ahead at Paramount with Liam Neeson expected to lead.
I did see this in the group, actually. And I was like, I'm really conflicted because I don't know that you can make a good Naked Gun movie now.
Well, I think we talked about when it was teased last year, and we were like, because Naked Gun, those movies are so good. Like, they're so stupid, but they're so good. They're just so ahead of their time, so perfectly 80s. And I just think, I don't know, like, Liam Neeson, I do think he might be good in the role, though, like, as the Leslie Morgan type.
That's the thing, like, the Liam Neeson doing comedy stuff is endlessly funny to me. I think he's got like a dry humour to him. But the Naked Gun worked so well because when they came out, there was a bunch of spy movies going on and like cop movies and things like that, and it was parodying them really, really well. Whereas I don't know that you can parody the kind of spy movies that we get now, is the thing, because they're all gritty and realistic. And you can parody how gritty and realistic they are, but only to a certain point before it starts getting tiring.
So would you like to know the team that's behind it? So as we know from Deadline, it's reported that Liam Neeson is taking the lead role. You have Akiva Schaffer is directing it, and the movie's being produced by Family Guy creator Seth MacFarlane and Erica Higgins, or Huggins I should say. And then the Chip and Dale Rescue Rangers writing team of Dan Gregor and Doug Mand will be writing the script.
Okay. None of that sells me as much as it probably should. Now, look, I've not seen Chip and Dale, so that might affect things.
Chip and Dale is very good. It's actually very funny.
I have heard this, but it's I don't think. I think a new Naked Gun would be too overproduced.
Oh yeah. Oh no, I'm not saying this is going to be good. I'm saying it's a good team. Yeah. And it's a good lead actor. It's a very good start. I don't know if Naked Gun translates now. And we talk about this all the time whenever we bring up any of these movies, is that like those movies were dumb, but they were the smartest version of dumb. I don't know how best to describe that. Like, Where It Went Wrong was not another teen movie. Or like, Scary Movie was the last one they got out that was like, this is actually kind of stupid funny.
Yeah, but when you get to like Meet the Spartans and shit like that, that's when
they were made for like $1 million at that stage, and they were like making like $20 million. So they were happy. They didn't care.
Exactly, yeah. But like, I don't. Also, like, and like this isn't like a woke thing or whatever, but like there is problems with those movies, like from back in the day. Big problems. So like, I hope they don't go down the route of being like, that's what made them good, let's do that again.
No, the bits that made them good are my favourite part of all of those movies. A Naked Gun, if you haven't seen it, I would really recommend. Or Loaded Weapon. Yeah. Loaded Weapon's always my fave.
Airplane is my fave.
Of course. But the best bit is like you're watching it and it might not make you laugh dead, and even like people have walked out going, that was a stupid movie, that's a ridiculous movie, like that wasn't even funny. But then when you're telling your friends, like your friends ask, oh, what was the movie like, and you're telling them some of the scenes, you burst out laughing, like remembering some of the scenes, because it's just like it may not have made you laugh at the time, but your brain is like, that is so stupid, that is kind of funny.
What's the last really funny movie you watched?
Oh god,
like new movie. Has there been like outright funny? I don't know. Like, I suppose that's a hard question, because like comedy is subjective as well. Like, what might make someone laugh? Someone might have been really laughing at the Batman. That's true, but like, I suppose like what I'm asking is like, what's the last great quote unquote comedy movie that's come out? Because like, let's go back to 2021. You got Don't Look Up, you got Free Guy, you got Sing 2. Like, it's just a lot of kind of nothing, you know?
It's fine, I suppose. Yeah, that's weird. What's the comedies of 2020?
In 2020, probably not much, I'll be honest, because something happened in 2020, Connor.
Did it? What was going on then?
Oh, look, we can't say it. Jeez. You got like Sonic is technically a comedy. Like, there's a lot of things that are just titled comedy.
The problem is Marvel has overtaken on quips, and so every movie, no matter the action or thing, has to have a quip now in it. Whereas it's not like an outright comedy ever. Yeah.
That's one. King of Staten Island is very funny. I enjoyed that. But like, I don't like, but like, Naked Gun and Loaded Weapon and Airplane and all that, that's like joke a minute, but it's clever joke a minute. And it just makes it. I find it quite funny anyway. But I can't remember.
I'd be really impressed if they pull this off. It's not that I don't think it could be good. I think it probably could be good. I don't know how you pull it off in 2022 though. Like, I don't know if people want to see it, or maybe it's been so long since people have seen a movie like this that they might want to watch it again. Like, they see the Naked Gun, they know the name, so they might like to watch it. I don't know.
Yeah, I also think that I don't know. I like Liam Neeson. I'm sure he'll do a good job. I don't think he is like the Leslie Nielsen of today. And like Leslie Nielsen was like a powerhouse of comedy acting. So I don't think you'll even get the same energy or the same vibes from it. I think it'll have to be, if it's going to be good, it has to be different, which is strange to say.
Yeah, no, I absolutely agree. I think we got to respect Liam Neeson. He comes from here, Sean, so we got to support him.
He does indeed.
But yeah, I hope it's good. I don't know. The Chip and Dale writers is pretty good. Seth MacFarlane's involved. A few years ago, that would have been rock's like smash bang. This is going to be amazing. Interesting to see the public's opinion now has kind of been like, Family Guy was good back then. But it's weird because also I found out like he hasn't actually worked behind the scenes at that show for like 10 years.
Really, like, he's just voice acting now.
Oh, like just fully like he completely stepped away in like 2015. Maybe.
I guess it's like The Simpsons now, and that it's its own. It just runs itself, basically.
I think around the time of Ted, I think he literally stepped away, and he then just came back to do the voices. So he comes in as like an actor, and it's his show he created. It's like McGrew coming in to do voices and then not asking about storylines or what's going on.
That's mad. Yeah, he like Seth MacFarlane has done, like he did like A Million Ways to Die in the West and The Orville and stuff like that. So I guess he's just doing his own thing now and just being a voice actor on the side.
So we're going to move on to our next piece of news, Sean, and it is a sequel that has been pitched to Disney from a movie that came out in the very early 2000s.
Oh dear.
Because Jamie Lee Curtis has come to Disney and has pitched a sequel to Freaky Friday.
Okay. Freaky Friday, the iconic early 2000s film where Jamie Lee Curtis and Lindsay Lohan switch bodies and hilarity ensues.
And Lindsay Lohan has also now come out and said that she is interested in making the movie as well.
There's no reason for this to exist and be made. Like, it's just... it's literally, we've charted it, like we've gone up, like we've remade 80s movies, we've remade 90s movies. Now we're remaking 2000s movies.
I mean, I suppose she's finished with Halloween, and so now it's like, oh, well, and Jamie Lee Curtis is like, fuck it, I'll do this, who cares?
Yeah, I guess. And look, more power to her, but like make an original fucking idea, do you know?
She says, I've already written to Disney, my friends at Disney, I'm in their new Haunted Mansion movie, let me be the grandma, let me be the old grandma who switches places. So then Lindsay has to be the sexy grandma.
Okay, that's okay. So it happens again, is basically
It happens again, but for some reason they're scared this time, even though they solved it last time.
How did they get out of the switching bodies in the first?
Okay, I'm trying to remember 2003 movie Freaky Friday. They get out of it by something about a cracker.
A Christmas cracker?
Tells your fortune.
Fortune cookie?
A fortune cookie, that's true. And then they go to something musical and somebody's singing, and then they learn to accept themselves and learn to love each other, and then they swap back at midnight or something.
Gives a toast at the wedding, I believe. That's it. They marry. And then it ends in a big rock number because she plays in her band at the end. That's
good stuff. And so, I mean, Freaky Friday, the most 2003 movie that I can possibly think of. Would you like to see a sequel to a movie that possibly nobody who's going to go watch it was alive when it came out?
No, but this is the thing where like Disney owns the license to this, so it will cost them fucking nothing to make.
Yeah, they can just do it.
Yeah, and then they'll put it out on Disney Plus, and it'll be like, hey, remember this? And they'll put it out on a Friday.
Have you seen Hocus Pocus 2 yet?
No, I really want to though. I really like the first
Hocus
Pocus. Yeah. So I keep putting it on. I'll probably watch it closer to Halloween. But have you watched it?
No, I haven't. I rewatched number 1 last night.
Oh yeah, isn't it good?
Yeah. It's like you've taken drugs. I hadn't seen it in years.
It's class, it's warped. Like, that was the shit that they just put on TV for us to watch.
There's a whole plot line about your man being a virgin. That is like the main plot.
Yeah,
and it's like,
that's the one I'm most invested in.
Virgin dick. The lighting candles, you little virgin.
I wonder, and it's resolved by the end of the movie, I believe, but I wonder if it grows back or something in the second one.
Like, they were going so heavily at it, I was like, is someone going to have sex with that kid? Because they're like, you are a virgin.
It's like, no, they're not. But let's not dive too deep into it. It was funny back in... When was Hocus Pocus 1 made?
93? 94?
Yeah, that was hilarious back then.
Oh, back then it was the funniest thing in the world, man.
Another quality Halloween film, by the way, Halloween Town. Oh, excellent. Also Return to
I've never
Halloween
seen Halloween Town.
Oh, it's so good. Oh, Halloween Town's so good. No, it's absolutely terrible, but it's so good.
Sorry, you're giving me mixed messages here. Is it terrible or is it good?
With the benefits of nostalgia goggles, outstanding. For an actual movie watching experience as a 20-whatever-year-old, absolute dog shit.
Oh, good. Yeah, that's what I always look for when I'm watching a movie, is a terrible experience.
Yeah, child actors, they're fine, not great.
they're fine. they're in the movie. Shaun, we're moving on to our next piece of news, and just when you thought you'd had enough, Poirot is coming back. As Kenneth Branagh's Poirot series will be coming for a third film, A Haunting in Venice, which is what I haven't seen.
No. This is after the roaring success of Death on the Nile, correct?
Yeah, so Death on the Nile came out. Everyone thought, wow, that movie's come out. And it didn't get much good reception. I see it. It was grand. Good cast. It was absolutely fine. But it wasn't something that people walked out of, I think, going, oh, I'd love another one. I think that's really good.
It didn't have the Knives Out effect that Knives Out had.
It didn't have the knives out effect. Yes, exactly. But it was interesting because when this got announced, I don't know if a lot of people were like, oh yes, they were like, Kenneth's coming back. Which, have you seen This England? You know that he's playing Boris Johnson.
Oh, is he? I didn't see this. What?
It's so fucking weird. I seen the trailer. It's literally like Boris Johnson he's such a good actor, and it's so weird seeing him in this because he's also really good in this, but these movies they never really amount to what they should be, I think.
It's like wasted potential nearly, where you have everything in place for this to be outstanding.
Yes, exactly.
I did see a clip of Death on the Nile, and it's like everyone, the main cast standing around and just giving the worst line deliveries you've ever heard. But they're all A-list actors. It makes no sense.
And he's directed it he has an Academy Award.
No, he's very good. He's a very talented man. We all love the first Thor movie.
I mean, there was that thing that came out about the CGI and the green screen and all that was in the movie, and that was very shaky. But it's also very hard to do a movie based off something that it's a murder mystery that everyone knows who the murderer is before going in, which is always harder to pull up. Because if you had seen any of Poirot, you know who did it.
That's
true.
So
it's this big motion picture. You're you walk in, you're oh great, but then you sit down, you go, I already know the ending, so I know the twist when it comes. Whereas say Knives Out, nobody knows the twist.
It's an original story. It's an original concept.
It's very hard to do an original murder mystery again in movie form.
Yeah, so I think you have to rely on it just being a fun ride, just to sit down and watch and enjoy, where if the green screen is terrible and pulls you out of it, you kind of have the worst of both worlds there. Yeah,
are you excited for a third one? Would you go see it?
Not particularly, no. If they
Murder on the Orient Express was pretty good.
That was pretty good. I did see that one. That's quality. I didn't see Death on the Nile. And then this one, I don't think I'd be massive into it. I'd probably watch it when it goes to streaming later on.
Would you like to know some of the cast?
Yeah, go ahead. Why not?
The cast will have Tina Fey, Michelle Yeoh, Jamie Dornan.
Oh.
So just naming three: Kyle Allen from West Side Story, Jude Hill from Belfast, not from the area of the movie Belfast.
That's not fine.
And I mean that's just what's been announced so far, alongside Brada, which is pretty good.
Yeah, I feel maybe take the lessons learned from Death on the Nile. Bring the cast to Venice, film it around there, hire a gondola, CGI out endless amounts of tourists.
Just CGI the shit out of it.
Just until you can't even recognise it.
I don't even know what's going on. I can see an outline. He looks like Jesus Christ himself. The light coming out of him.
Why is it all close-ups on Jamie Dornan?
Oh, he's so handsome. Go on, Jamie, do stuff. No, we just have bad memories of Jamie Dornan from Wild Mountain Time.
We did, yeah. We talked about that on the Patreon. The most offensive Irish movie, apparently not made for Irish audiences, but just decided to. We finally felt what it was like to have our culture appropriated, basically.
If you haven't seen Wild Mountain Time's trailer, I would recommend even just going to watch it now. You can stop the show, just type in Wild Mountain Time on YouTube. It's like a minute and a half long, but you won't regret it. We did, but you probably won't.
We watched all 90 odd minutes of that movie, and I fully regret it.
Longer than you think.
Oh, it feels longer, certainly.
We're moving on to our next piece of news. It's about Marvel, as major Marvel studios have released a shake-up as delays to Blade, Deadpool 3, Fantastic Four and Secret Wars are announced.
Oh no. Oh dear. So we kind of knew this was coming though, because when Blade announced it, they were like, we're basically stopping production while we write a good script. We were like, the knock-on effect of this is going to be significant. So
what Blade did was, it was meant to start filming in November. They had the director, they had everything set up. Then it got announced a few weeks ago that, like, 6 weeks out from the starting day of production, they're like, the script is shit. Also, the director has quit. Also, we don't really have anything finished right now. And Mahershala Ali hates the movie. And he's Blade. And so that obviously had a bit of a knock-on effect in that the movie was meant to start and finish, meant to come out November of next year, and then they were like, no.
Not happening. No matter how much we overwork these VFX artists, that's not going to work.
Even we can't pull this off, they said. And so it got pushed back a whole year. So from November 3rd, 2023 to September 6th, 2024. And so what this meant was that Deadpool 3 has now been moved back, because that was originally meant to be in September, and now it's going to be in November of 2024. So the knock-on effect of Blade moving, as the MCU was all set up that movie every 3 months, one of them falls down, it creates a knock-on effect that we got to shuffle everything around.
Yeah, and where does that leave Secret Invasion then? Because that's is it Secret Invasion or Secret Wars? Sorry. So
the Kang Dynasty has retained its original release date of May 2025. That's locked in.
And
however,
Secret Wars was then.
Secret Wars has dropped back from November of 2025 to May 2026.
So it's a full year.
A full year. It was meant to be like 4 months in the difference.
That was ludicrous that was announced, first of all. But like like a year gap makes sense, I think. Like that's what we had between Infinity War and
Avengers,
Endgame.
like the Infinity Saga.
Yeah,
like, that's exactly what happened.
Like why would you put extra work on yourself to like rush it out? Within 6 months, you will still make $1 bajillion, Marvel.
Yeah, they're all going to make $1 bajillion. Although people might have given up by that point, but they very well might have.
They very well might have.
I think they'll still go see it, even if people like have stopped caring. I think people will. Like 2026 rolls around, you'll still go see it to see what happens.
That's the thing. Like it's going to be one of those things where it'll be, a couple of months before it comes out, someone on the internet will put together a recommended watching. For like here's what you actually need, like, and just like
all 47 things.
Turns out it's just Agatha Coven of Darkness or whatever it's fucking called.
Agatha and Groot? That's weird. They're the only 2 things I need to watch.
Really?
And I haven't seen anything.
Have you finished Iron Man? Actually,
I haven't seen the end of She-Hulk. No.
Oh, okay. That's fine. We'll talk about that at some point. Do you know what? I rate that series higher now. I like that series.
Interesting.
I officially think I had fun with it, and in a good way.
Because here's the thing, you were on the fence for a few weeks. Every time we were about to record this show, I was like, I knew you were keeping up with it, and so I was like, how's it going? And you were like, it's okay, it's not bad.
Yeah.
You wouldn't come down one side or the other.
No. Well, the thing is, start of the season, it still has the Marvel dip in the middle, in my opinion.
Too many episodes.
Well, not even. Here's the thing: is that instead of, it's usually 1 and 2 are pretty good, 3 and 4 are lacking, then 5 and 6 are fine, right? And because it's all compressed within 6 episodes, it's like a pretty sharp V in that graph. But like when it's spread over I think it's 9 episodes that it has. It's like 1 and 2 pretty good, like 3 and 4, maybe 3, 4, 5, maybe not great, but still slower. And then the back half of that series I really, really, really like.
Interesting.
So it actually goes up in my estimation. So the entire movement of my opinion is a lot more varied across the whole series, I think.
I've seen the one with Daredevil. That was the main one that I was checking out.
Yeah, and I like what they did with Daredevil. I like how
Did you like what they did with Frogman?
I did. Just make him an absolute prick. I love him.
Just rip it and rip it. It was so funny as I had seen that before you, and I know you love Frogman, and I was like, oh, he's gonna fucking love this.
No, I was watching that on a train at the time, and like after we spoke actually, and I was just like cheering to myself every time Frogman came on screen.
Pure shithouse. Just pure shithousery. So you're recommending me and the listeners check the series out from start to finish?
I think so. I think a lot of people flat out won't like it. I really like what they did with it, is all I want to say.
And I think, I mean, like, in terms of Miss Marvel as well, like, I think that show is pretty good. Like, the villains are terrible. Like, atrocious. But better villains in that series, I think that series is right to the top of really good series. Because, I don't know, everyone in it is killing it. It's just that they don't have anyone to fight, and you're only as good as your villain. That's
the thing. I would say with Miss Marvel, if you have the ability, watch that with someone, and you'll both be really like engaged for the first two. You can kind of chat for episodes 3, 4 and 5, and then episode 6 I think you'll both be like, oh okay, that's pretty good.
That's a good ending. Pretty good.
Actually Marvel are it's announced that they're going to do more like special presentations and less here's 6 episodes of a show that could have been a movie, you know, and they'll just be
what
like,
do you mean?
Like Werewolf by Night, where it's just like, here's an hour of a story, and
interesting. Okay,
this is what you get, and then we might pull from this in the future. Do you know?
And do you see that as a better way to go with it?
Absolutely, because it's like a one-off comic where the stakes aren't as high. You don't need to worry about where it's going to continue or where it's going to go off. You just have this little adventure going on.
And I think week to week people are harsher. I think they're a lot harsher because like people have no patience, such as ourselves. But like anyone, like you're watching it, episode 3 is always going to be shit in a 6-episode series because they've started one plot thread and they got to move on to the next one, and there's like that weird bit in between. But the problem is, week to week, episode 3 comes out and I was like, this show has fallen off the fucking rails. This show is shit now. Like, so slow. What's even happening?
Yeah,
I don't
especially
even care.
When you're comparing it to more standard television shows or streaming shows, which you know are they're not made in the same production line manner that a lot of Marvel shows are. So like you get something like what I like Severance is my big thing at the minute. It's like the best show I've seen in ages, and that like every episode I'm excited and I'm intrigued, but like with the Marvel stuff it kind of gets, you just kind of fall into a rhythm with it and it's like, oh, okay, we'll watch the next one. Which is why I like the end of She-Hulk. It does something clever.
Not every show is going to be House of the Dragon, is what I would say.
Which, I started watching it.
I haven't seen House of the Dragon.
I was fully sure.
Let's just stop Movie Mondays, Sean. Let's just stop Movie Mondays. Has anyone seen House of the Dragon? What if we just spent
Movie Mondays talking about things we liked? Wouldn't that be class?
Like House of the Dragon. It's so good.
Fully sure I was not going to watch that show. I thought I would hate it. I said it in a Q&A on the show.
You did.
But I'm so happy I did. It's so good. I really enjoy it. I look forward to watching it every week.
Every week it's like, oh man, I'm back. This is so good. It's killing it. Yeah. And then I'm like, next week they can't repeat it. And they do it again. And last week's episode was the best one.
Yeah.
So
Paddy Considine killing it.
I have not seen last night's one.
Me either.
So there you go. So now, no spoilers.
After this, Connor, I have a spaghetti bolognese made from last night, and we're going to sit down and we're going to watch House of the Dragon together.
Me and you?
Yeah, I'm coming over, didn't I? Oh, I didn't tell you. Sorry.
Oh, you didn't invite me. Sorry. What do you think about this pushing back? Is this going to have any impact whatsoever on any of these movies, or are people just going like, yeah, cool? Because like being locked in for 2026, I don't know what it is about me. When I see that, I'm like, oh God, is it still going for so many years?
Yeah, but like, yeah, I get that. That it's like, oh, we still have so far to go, and then they're going to announce more after it. But I think, hopefully, if things improve and we get back to like, holy shit, all these movies are bangers, then it's going to be great. Because it's just going to be a fun ride all the way to 2026. And then we get mutants, probably. And then it's going to be new and fresh.
Probably. Also have small bit of news is Patty Jenkins has said that she's working on, or the Wonder Woman 3 script is complete.
Is it
just
now?
So you know.
Okay.
Interesting they went with 3 because I know 2 got met with a lot of poor critical response.
Well, that was 84 to be fair.
Wasn't very good.
No.
But number 1 was really good.
Number 1
2,
is the best DC movie. Well, until the Suicide Squad came out. It was the best DC movie.
But I would say in terms of like proper hero movies that they were trying to make, Wonder Woman's the best one.
It is. And so, yeah, look, I'll watch a Wonder Woman 3. But it's like, I would really like... I don't know, I feel I just want him to give a PowerPoint of like, here's where everything is right now in the universe. And then I can just recalibrate my brain to be like, okay, that's how it works. Because at the minute, I don't know what's real or not or what I should care about.
And Shaun, we are finishing Movie Mondays this week with a bit of news that I thought you might nerd out about. And that's why I'm finishing with it. Okay. Because Jonathan Majors is going to be playing Kang the Conqueror, as we all know.
Yes.
And this is going to be in Ant-Man and the Wasp, Quantumania, but also in lots of takes. But he's probably the next big bad in the Marvel Universe. But what Kang also has is different versions of himself, Shaun.
He does.
And so, I mean, in Kang the Conqueror and Ant-Man and the Wasp, we have found out that Jonathan Majors will be playing a warrior version of Kang the Conqueror. Very,
very cool. So Kang, very briefly, I haven't done a Hero Zero on Kang, I don't think. Or have I?
I don't think so. I can't remember. I'm sure somebody will set us straight, but I don't think so.
There's so much, I don't know how I would have... if I did, it's a very surface level overview of Kang. But basically, he's from the future. He invented time travel. He went back to different points in time. Every time he does that, he creates a different version of himself in that timeline. So there's a bunch of Kangs that are around simultaneously. And there is a few versions. One of them is a Mortis, who is like, he's an ancient Egyptian pharaoh, and he lives to like the future and stuff like that. But they're all Kang at the back of it all. And so the warrior Kang is like a really cool idea where he's not even conquering. He's just fighting. You know, he's just kill.
And if anyone has seen Jonathan Majors recently...
He's geared up for Creed, isn't he?
He's Creed 3, yeah. He is genuinely rock levels of gigantic.
He is insane. The man is a specimen. Like
he's been training for about 6 months straight just to get into peak physical human condition to shoot that movie. And so he went from that and then Ant-Man and the Wasp at the same time, like Quantumania, as Kang, Warrior Kang in that. So you're going to get the most warrior Kang of all time.
That's going to be so good. And like it fits because there was a bit of audio from the trailer that was kind of not released officially, but like very credible leak and like a clip shown. But it's basically Paul Rudd being like, "Hey, I'm an Avenger. You don't want to mess with me." And Kang, and it's the most like shit-eating voice he's using as well. He's like, "Oh, you're an Avenger. Have I killed you before?" So he's just going around the time stream picking fights and killing lads is what he's
like,
doing.
That's what Kang should be doing. Like, I read that, the little nerd in me was like, oh shit, that's so cool. Because this also means Jonathan Majors, probably one of the best actors working today, he gets to play all the different versions in all these different movies. And so he gets to play warrior version, which would probably keep him entertained for a movie. And then when he comes back next time, completely different person, completely different version of him that could act completely different, and he gets to change how he portrays the character.
Yeah, because we saw him in Loki and he was He Who Remains. He's like this slightly insane man at the end of all of time and everything like that. Whereas I think Warrior Kang is going to be a lot more straightforward and aggressive. And then Kang the Conqueror, who presumably has shown up in like Kang Dynasty and stuff like that, will be a bit more regal and like a bit more refined, maybe. Very cool, either way. I'm really excited for Kang stuff.
He added 10 pounds of muscle for his Kang role, and then a further 5 pounds for Creed.
This man is 15 pounds of extra muscle on top of. He was already pretty well built.
Like, he was probably in great shape before he began, but he's been trained with MMA fighters for a whole year.
Like, I hope, like, if they fumble the bag with anything to do with Jonathan Majors, it's their own fault.
It can't. What could you do? Like, you have Warrior Kang, and then what would be great is, like, Ant-Man shows up, they meet Kang again in the future, and Paul Rudd immediately goes into, like, fight mode. He's like, this guy's going to fuck us all up. And it's a completely different Kang. It's like, what, my friends, what's going on here? Why are you all so aggressive? I don't understand.
Yeah, and it's like he's killing them with kindness nearly at that point. I just think, also with the fact that it's Quantumania as well, it's absolutely something to do with time stream, because in Marvel you travel through time using the quantum realm. Kang, I bet, has tabs on everyone that uses that, and he just sees Ant-Man and he's like, okay, what the fuck is going on here?
Yeah, Jesus Christ. I mean, so I don't know what the release date of Ant-Man the Wasp is specifically.
2023, I think it's May or June.
It's February.
February, Jesus Christ.
So pretty close. So like 4 months away at this point.
Yeah, so we have Black Panther, and then Ant-Man is the next movie then.
Yeah, Black Panther and then Ant-Man, because Ant-Man's going to kick off Phase 5.
Yeah.
As, like, introducing Kang into this movie universe instead of just in Loki.
Yeah, actually, I didn't even think of that we haven't seen Kang in the flesh in the MCU, the movies yet. That's interesting.
Like, he's only a Loki, so do you reintroduce him again and just act like that's a different Kang? So, but then how are you going to gauge? You're going to have a bit of exposition as to who this dude is and what his deal is.
Yeah, it probably won't get as in-depth as Loki did, because Loki, to its credit, tried to explain it as best they could in that last episode.
In 6 episodes on Disney+. Plus.
So I think, like, they're probably... Like, all that stuff still stands, but they'll just do a very simplified, I'm from time, and, I'm from time,
Look, you know what? You see that clock? I'm from that, boy. I'm from that. Also, I mean, he's getting his own movie in the Kang Dynasty in 2025, so they're going to have to, like, ramp it up. So by the time that movie comes around, everyone knows he's the big bad. Everyone knows nobody can stop him, because if you kill one, there's another 17 of them. So what are you going to do?
Like, yeah, it's. I hope, like, it'll be very easy to mess it up. And look, Kang is a difficult character at the best of times. But I just hope that, like, if they're setting him up as the big bad that he is to be, that they've really put the groundwork in to make it make sense.
Yeah. I think that's it for this week's Movie Monday, Shaun.
What a week of Movie Mondays, Connor. Would you like me to take us out?
Yeah, sure, why not?
Thanks everyone for listening to this episode of Movie Mondays. We'll be back on Wednesday with Weird News Wednesday, Friday with Hero or Zero, and next Monday with another episode of Movie Mondays. Shout outs to all of our patrons who we'll be chatting to Saturday. That's going on, it'll be 1:30, I believe, Irish time. And I don't know what time that is in any other part of the world, but you can work it out yourself. So it just... that'll be posted up in the Patreon, so do head on over there if you want to check it out. Shoutouts go to Róisín, Chunky Lobes Palmer, Joe Burney, Ryan Technically Fine Evanson, Spooky Waffles, Bones Rattling, Ghost Wailing, Wolves Howling, David Clarke, Shaun Chuck in the Wash and It'll Be Grand Jamieson, Dominic, Anna Hjelmroos, Little Dicky, Funny Observation, McGrew, Danny McLaughlin, Lordsmmysh, 2 M's, 1 Y, but not where you think, Sam, Michelle Browne, Michaela Doughty, Buster, Ed Ball and Sean. Thank you all for your support. We really appreciate it. And thank you all for being here for the 4-year celebration as well. If you want to join those fine people, head on over to the Patreon link below. There is also a merch store, heroesforhire.ie/shop. Twitter is at heroesforhirepod. The 4 is the number 4. Facebook is Detective Divilment's discussion group. Instagram is Heroes for Hire Podcast. And the best way to ever help out the show is to tell one human being that we exist.
Just a 1, please.
So I think that's about it, Connor.
I think so. So I've been Connor Lawler.
I've been Sean Meehan.
I shall see you all next week.
Bye.